Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus. Once again, today is Sunday, and this is the day that I usually make a special presentation to post. And I've been working on some material, and I was getting it together, and I'm always constantly trying to figure out if I'm missing something. So I find that today I haven't posted it yet. I haven't even finished preparing it. But something happened. Today I was feeling good, feeling so good. And I wanted to translate this good feeling that I am having in the message that I could give to you that would draw you into that good feeling as well. And so, my focus is that it is nothing but the superior government. Wow. That's all that is the solution to our problems. And I'm walking this morning and I'm thinking to myself, I remember when I was just a kid. I would go to school. You know what I'm talking about. Go through that process. And many of us in the country had to go to church on Sunday. We go through that process. And I was thinking about how relevant each of those processes were in this development. I thought about how you get taught in school, how you get taught in church, and what was more significant. Well, as a student, for the most part, in the earlier years, you really didn't see true significance in that education process. You just figured it was a form that you had to go through. But you kind of perhaps expected to see a little bit different, something in the church. And you found out that what you were hearing wasn't being practiced. So what did it really mean? Did it mean the same thing, when you heard in the scriptures when they say, well, the day that you sin is the day that you should surely die? And someone said, oh, no, you will not surely die. So if all of us were walking around on the earth thinking that the day we sinned, we would die, and all of a sudden we just sinned, and there we were, then somebody say, I told you you weren't going to die. So we had to leave that because that had failed the test. And so the next step was, when you die, I mean literally die. When I say die, I'm talking about the body can't do it no more. And the spirit does whatever it does. And so maybe that's the next step where you're not sure. That you haven't gone through that gate yet. So you don't really know. Maybe that's a part of control. But when I come to, ladies and gentlemen, tell you about the superior system of government, I come and I talk about that because it works. That's what makes it superior. All others have failed. And the efforts that are being made to redress the failures are nothing but circling around, back and back again. And why? Because the real thing has not been tested. So I want all of you to focus on a superior system of government that works for everybody. That works for you. Good God. All of you. It works for you, the superior government. What it means to say that the superior government works for you, it means that you should have your needs met. You will have your wants met. You will have your desires met. That's what it means, but it doesn't stop there. It means that you will be able to live in peace. It means that you'll have to be prosperous. You will be prosperous. No way you cannot be prosperous. You will be free. You know what it means to be free? Free. It means to have joy in life. Joy in life. It means that your dreams, those things you dream about now, those dreams will be filled. They will be fulfilled, and you will be there just as you are now, except it will be not a dream, but real. I'm talking to you about a superior system of government, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not talking about what you are familiar with, because what I'm telling you now, I know you're not familiar with this, and you got all kinds of questions, perhaps. Anyway, the superior system of government, my friends, having done these most magnificent things for you, that each and every last human being on the face of the earth, from the moment they began to understand that they can imagine and want, and they all in the same old boat that we just described. But the superior, it knows that you have to be educated as time passes. And so education is given unlimited, unrestricted, natural, like the orders of the body. It knows that something will happen, maybe like the coronavirus might come along, and you need to be protected even before it comes along to prevent that it never occurs. And health care from the womb to the tomb. Now, see, that's the superior system of government. And how is this actually brought about in reality? It's brought about in reality like this. Every human being on earth wants exactly what I've described. In their languages, in their spirits, they want it all. How do you do it? It's always been the question. How do you do it? It's already been set up. Every individual that would benefit from it at the proper time commits to it. You know, some of you heard the expression, when Uncle Sam calls, you got to go. Many of you don't want to go. But this is so designed, ladies and gentlemen, till that which you will be given the opportunity to do is the thing that gives you your greatest joy. And you just can't wait to do it. And when you put it all together, you are creating all of those things that are common amongst you, like food and clothing and shelter and education and health care, all in such an abundance that there will be no one that is denied these things, ladies and gentlemen. And they are produced by you, who had the opportunity to jump into it doing your thing. You weren't being anybody else but you. This is when you were once and for all appreciated for who you and what you are. And now look at the beautiful results of it. Nobody's hungry. Nobody's suffering. Nobody's lying. Nobody's cheating. Nobody's stealing. Nobody's racist. Nobody's a bigot. Why? Because of the superior system of love, which recognized your dreams, your heaven on earth. And you saw the light and walked according to the light. Now, what was the light? The light was now the engaging of a power you could not see, a spiritual power. Now you are listening not to the systems of the world. You're not listening to politics. You're not listening to that. What are you listening for? Life, heaven on earth. And so you're listening to that power that created this earth. You're listening to that power that is able to maintain this earth. You're listening to that power that made you and is able to maintain you and have opened your eyes so that you can see who you are. You are no replication of anything. You are unique. And you are here because you are needed. Everybody needs one another. And that comes from that power that is able to keep you here. You can't see it. Can't touch it, can't feel it. But you exist. You are the evidence. And when you walk according to that spirit, oh boy, now you're a representative of the superior system of government. That means that nobody's going to be suffering. Now, how many of you might say, well, how is that going to come about? Where the money going to come from? I say, wait a minute. We got heaven on earth. And money says something wrong with that. You got to stop that. You didn't have the money. So that means you must not have needed money. So now you can burn money up. And for those of you who think that you just got to be within a system, like having something that says you got the value of money, then every human being is given a carte blanche. A carte blanche. That's like having a card. You know, everybody know what a card is. With no limit. A card with no limit. And ladies and gentlemen, you can't tell me that you ever heard anything better than that. Now, how does this happen in a system of government like what we're going through right now? Here it is. This is the most opportunistic time we can take advantage of. Here it is. You got a young man that is in the White House who came on the scene destroying, dividing, trying to conquer at any means necessary. And his greatest weapon is lying. He'll tell a lie in a minute. And even the church is with him. Conservatives, those who are fundamentalists and evangelicals, all with him, saying he's from God. And he lies about everything. When he opens his mouth, you just want to close your ears and run. Because you say, we don't want to hear that crap. You don't know what it is. Then you got another political party that wants to challenge him and get him out of the way. Some of the reasons for wanting to get him out of the way is because he's so evil. They just want to make sure that they knock his evilness out and put somebody else up there. Somebody that can beat him. I don't know if they're smart enough to know that in order to beat him at that game, they got to be more evil than he is and smarter than he is. Now that might just mean it needs to be a billionaire that got more billions of dollars. I don't know. Or they want to find somebody that they say can knock him down, maybe, hopefully, and yet won't make things so hard as he is making them. In other words, make sure you keep your Social Security. Make sure that some efforts are made to help you in your school assistance. Do things like that. You know, or the status quo. And you got a choice of doing what I just explained to you, causing it to manifest. The superior system of government. And that system is not operated on senators like you just saw Senator Mitch McConnell stand up and make a mockery of the oath that he had taken. Make a mockery of justice in America's face and all across the world. Right along with the power that's in the White House. And everybody that's under it. Because, why? They do not know. You do not know. There is no other place to go, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you do, you're still in a boat that's headed straight to hell, whether you get in it today, next 4 years, or 100 years from now. You're on a boat that's going straight to hell. And there's no other way to go. No other way to go. Except up. Up. Life, abundance, your fulfillment of dreams. Heaven on earth. Come, what? By that superior system of government that is made known by you, not our Congress or House of Representatives, because whoever is there, whoever you are allowed to represent you, the voice is unanimous. There ain't no, look, let me tell you something about democracy and I'm out of here. People say the majority rule. Okay, there's a plantation owner. He got some slaves. Beat their butt, does exactly what he wants to because they are his slaves, whether it's legalistic by law or whether it's biblical. He does what he wants to them. And they can't stand it. And in their hearts, they're hoping and praying, please, a deliverer or something come to our rescue. That's abuse. That's abuse. One man doing it to these slaves. Okay, let's switch that around. Let's say there's a system, a policy that you want to pass. And everybody in the nation supports that policy, except that policy causes some pain and suffering and absolute destruction in the hearts and minds and lives of a certain group of people. Maybe one person. One person. And then everybody say, well, we got the majority. We got the authority. So we have our way. We can't let one stop us. Well, you see, ladies and gentlemen, that's the same message, the same identical message that the slave master is saying. Because at that moment in time, you are both one and the same. Slave to the one that allows you to persecute anywhere. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have made a point, so I just wanted to express some thoughts I've had as I was walking, thinking about you. Let me say one more thing. I got about another minute. I was thinking about Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I was thinking about how they came on the scene, and when they got to a certain point in life where their mindset, the spiritual uplift that had started coming out of there, like when the heat on the highway just started rising up, it's like a gas or something, and people just start getting into it. I'm thinking about it's like a halo, and these gentlemen, for that period of time, and on the path that they were on, had fulfilled it to the max. And whether we were able to get it at that day and time was not important. Malcolm, I was talking about King there, you can get there. Malcolm expressed another truth. I mean, no less connected to the same. But he gave us a picture of something else. Oh, my brothers. He gave us a picture and put it together. It was a total picture of the reality that we've been living, even before then, and are living today. Yes, it was a total picture. And here it is right before our eyes. And we got a choice now, because what you didn't know, now I've shared with you. And somebody said, well, you ain't got no money to promote it. Money, heaven, money, promoted, money didn't promote it. People were promoting it. Well, they had money to influence the world. Heaven is not enough influence. And that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy, but it's fantastic, wonderful trying. I really wanted to share this heaven on earth with you because it's dynamic. But whatever will be, will be. Goodbye.